Well, I feel about as stupid as ever. I finally figured out why this flywheel kept wanting to fall off. I need to put this back plate back on it. Oh, fuck. Which way did it go? See, this has got a little, I almost said clutch plate, but it's not. It just presses against it to hold it in there. I'm gonna look back on my previous videos, because I don't remember how this plate goes in here. Be back. Alright, I figured it out. I had to spin this thing all the way up. Now it's there. Now I do remember this long screw went here. Then there's a couple short ones that went here and here. Damn it. Ah! Our playback mechanism is now fully reassembled, and now that playwheel is not, or the flywheel, is not going to want to fall out anymore. Now we're going to attempt to stick the deck back into the chassis, which it should just go back in. That's back in. My ground wire I resoldered is still there, so now comes the fun part. Ooh. Ooh, I need to put on the belt for the tape counter. The tape counter belt is pretty loose, however, it's just a tape counter, so I don't think it really matters. That was easy. See, there's 4 screws holding the tape deck mechanism in, and it's easy to keep track because they're all pink. So I need to flip this so I can get them screws in the bottom. That power transformer, I swear to God, them leads are about to snap off that thing. Alright, and there's 2 more pink ones that go here and here. Okay, mechanism is now back installed. All the buttons are where they should be. They all work. Tape door opens and closes. I think now what I need to do is I need to put the power transformer back in and screw the board back to the chassis. I have to fish it so I can get the shit at the back to come through. Well, that was unbelievably too easy. Remember, there's 2 screws here in the back. There's a fine thread which goes into that metal bracket on the board, and there's a coarse thread that goes into these RCAs. I fucked up. I need to bolt the transformer back in before I put that in. Or else I can't get a screwdriver into it. Why me? To get the bottom screw, I have to kind of lift up the front and feed a screwdriver in there, which is being difficult. Finally, I got that bottom screw in. Alright, I can tighten down the top one. Okay, I'm gonna get this thing back together. Let's get this board shoved back in here. Just like that. Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rerun these wires, and then we'll do a final test before I snap the front back on, which I never even needed to take the front off to begin with. This piece, never even needed to take it off. Then we'll pop the cover back on. Oh no, I missed a screw. Or a hook. You're shitting me. Yeah, it goes right there in the bottom. Fuck it. It don't need it. We're taking it off. I'm not taking the deck back out to get to that screw. Not gonna happen. These connectors are also keyed, so they will only go in one way. Oh, I bet that flywheel belt came off again. It did! Brr. Oh, this is gonna be great. Trying to get that belt. Oh, jeez. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do that. It's about 2 hours later, and after that long time lapse, I had to tear this thing apart twice. I cut probably 15 minutes out of trying to get the flywheel belt back on. And so I took the front back off, pulled the deck, took off this rear plate, put the belt back on. And when I did that, I did put on that little wire clip that I forgot, put it back together. And then I realized I forgot the little belt that goes on the tape counter. So off it came again, but that wasn't too bad because the tape counter just hooks on to the spindle, so I didn't have to completely tear it down. Then I decided I've had enough of this for a day. I'm going to go get a shower, and, well, we are back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug the RCAs back into it, stick a tape in it, make sure it works. We'll test the fast forward and rewind, and put it back together if it all works. Oh, and I gotta put this back on. I forgot about that. Alright. God almighty, I need to do something about this chair. Bring the amplifier over here, as I don't know how loud it's gonna be. Let's go and fast forward just a bit. Get past the leader tape. And let's hit play. Copyright, but we're gonna fast forward and see if it auto stops at the next song. So it did stop as I was readjusting the camera. This is sticks, I believe. Let's do it one more time, then we'll test the rewind. Little off there, but there is a quiet spot at the end of that song. So now let's test the rewind. I love this stub, and you can feel all the shit it moves when you press it. Oh, look how quick we're going in reverse. Oh boy. Right, so we went back to the beginning of the tape. Does the rewind have the ASMS system? Because it has a little line pointing to it. But if that's anything to go by, I'm going to say no. Let's flip it so it has a whole lot more tape it needs to pull. Let's, yeah, it's still slipping a little bit because it's going slower. However, it can rewind while in play mode, and that's a whole lot better than it was. Oh, okay. Oh, let's make sure pause works. Which it does. What I'm going to do is we're going to put the top back on it. The top of this is the only metal thing in this whole unit other than the mechanism, but it's extremely thin metal. Ouch. I also just pinched myself with it. Grab the other side, and this thing will be fully back together. I gotta stick the knobs on it. Service personnel only. Stick our knobs on. Set these knobs to the midpoint. Wipe the dust off of them. So there we go. This deck is now complete. This is as good as you're going to get it to fixed without, you know, actually replacing all the belts. But if you guys enjoyed this excessively way too long video, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.